breaking news coming out of Arsenal this evening is that Gabriel Jesus has suffered an ACL injury. An ACL injury. That means he's out for a year. He's going to have an operation in the coming days. Just coming out on Sky Sports that is that injury he suffered against um, Man United was a bad one, and it's an ACL, and he's going to be out for it looks like a year. ACL injuries normally take that long. All the recovery and recuperation and the physio and all that, it takes ages to recover from that. But also, there's been an offer for Martin Zubimendi. Apparently, this is gospel. Sky Sports are reporting it. Ben Jacobs, Fabrizio Romano, the main man, is reporting it as well. David Ornstein is reporting it. That Arsenal have agreed personal terms with Martin Zubimendi, but for the summer. For the summer, not for right now, but for the summer, which that tells me that Thomas Partey and Jorginho are probably going to be on their way out of the club. But what a signing that would be, though. Martin's tried to sign him a couple of years ago and last summer. Liverpool tried to sign him as well in the summer window, didn't he? And he changed his mind right at the last minute. So, I mean, Liverpool fans will be a bit pissed off with that one, I believe. Yeah, they're not going to be too pleased with that. But Martin Zubimendi looks to be coming to Arsenal in the summer. What are we going to do now, though? I'm watching Sky Sports and they're reporting, and Arteta's finally said that, yes, they're active in the transfer market, but we need a striker. Absolutely. Now we know that Gabriel Jesus' injury is long-term, his ACL, knee injury. He's out for not only this season, but half of next season as well. At least it's going to take him about a year, 10 months to recover from that, and then he's got to get match fit. So, I mean, I can see him this time next year, probably then, selling Gabriel Jesus on. So, but we've got to replace him there. We've got to be active because we are down to the bare bones. We must get a player now. It's great that we're getting Zubimendi in the summer. This is 95% going to come into fruition because AFC always in the chat. We need players now. Absolutely, AFC. We need a striker now. At least we need a striker. Obviously, we need someone on the right as well. We need a right winger, a left winger. You know, we need to get these three players done this window if possible. But the main priority ought to be for this January window is to get a striker, especially now Gabriel Jesus is out. Jordan LFC, how you doing, bro? I bet you're happy, aren't you, Jordan? Because Arsenal have just, it's just been reported that we've agreed personal terms with Martin Zubimendi. Player Liverpool tried to sign in the summer and he changed his mind right at the last minute, didn't he? And all the Scouse fans, they was all saying we're getting Zubimendi, all going mad. But then they all went on the term with him and started hating on him, didn't they? Do you remember? Archie the Froggy, hello Archie, how you doing? Yeah, so who we're going to get now is Sky Sports saying that the Mawani, the PSG striker, is a possibility. Back in for Benjamin Sesko, that's another possibility. What do you think in the chat? Who would you sign? Who would you try and get? Because you've got to be realistic about these things. Jordan LFC, that is the same player we linked with before. Yeah, it was. You was linked with him in the summer, and apparently he was basically walking out the door. He was walking out the door, and he had a Real Sociedad, and then he changed his mind right at the last minute. So that pissed off a lot of Liverpool fans that day. I remember Hussam, if you know who Hussam is, he's a Liverpool content creator. He was doing his bollocks over it, man. It was funny. Let me just put my glass on because Aces is in the chat and it's a long message. Let's have a look. Cronky's no money until summer. Josh Cronky at North London Derby tomorrow night and meeting with Forteta to discuss his future, hopefully. Well, he's not going to discuss his future, mate. He's signed a new deal. Well, I don't know, because I'm hearing that the deal isn't actually been signed yet, but he's got a new deal anyway on the table for 15 million a year. I'm not actually sure if it's actually been signed. I see some reports today saying that the contract is still on the table, so hopefully he hasn't signed it. But if he's had if Arteta's had any sort of influence on us getting Zubimendi, apparently he's had the influence. Arteta was on the phone to his representatives and he's convinced him to come. He's convinced Zubimendi to come to Arsenal. So if that's the case, then Arteta will be staying, mate. We're stuck with him. I think we're going to be stuck with him for the long term. Stuck with him for the long term. Listen, 15 people watching. Stick a like on the video for us, guys. Much appreciated. Lucy is weird. Hey, weirdo, Lucy. How you doing? Moss Sports World. Cronky, Yellow Rams moving on. Good win last night. Okay. What team's the Rams then? Is that the basketball team or the American football team? I know he's got a few, isn't he? So he's got an ice hockey team as well. I don't know. I know he's got a few other teams in America. Aston Villa signed Donnell Malen from Borussia Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund also interested in Alexander Zinchenko. How you doing, Damon? Hello, sir. NFL playoffs. So that's the American football then, yeah, Moss? We call it American football. I know you just call it football, but we call it American football over here. Donnell Maiden, former Gooner youth. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's just signed for Aston Villa from Borussia Dortmund. But they're interested in Zinchenko. Apparently on loan with an obligation to buy for, what was it said? I think it was about 15 million. It was something like that. But, I mean, yeah, let him go, man. He's not good enough for us. You're Liverpool fan, Demon, yeah? Liverpool, is that what you're saying? Would that be a good deal? Yeah, because, you've got Calafiori and we've got Miles Lewis-Skelly ahead of him. So good. Liverpool, yeah, they're brilliant at the minute. They've got a tough game tonight, though, against Nottingham Forest. Joint points with Arsenal. They're just in third behind Arsenal because of goal difference, and they're playing very, very well. It's a bit of history with them two clubs. Back in the 80s, Nottingham Forest was a big, massive club competing with Liverpool for European trophies and all sorts, man. So, Damon, I will sub. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Spread the word for me, Damon. This is an Arsenal channel, but football channel as well. All fans are welcome here. Lee Gunner's first home game as manager tonight against Fulham. Lee Gunner? Graham Potter? Or is that what you're calling Lee Gunner now, Graham Potter? The Brighton game was shocking. Absolutely, mate. That was a terrible game. And in the Newcastle game after that, we lost that at home in the Carabao Cup. That was a terrible performance from Arsenal. Havertz missing. Kai Havertz ain't the answer. This is what we've got to realise. Kai Havertz, Forest Liverpool, big match. Yes, Moss, man. Massive game. Kai Havertz missed sitters against United as well. And against a 10-man United, if you don't mind. And he's not a striker. He's not a number 8. He's not a number 9. What the fuck is he, this guy? What is Kai Havertz? He's not... They're trying to tell me he's a versatile player. Can play anywhere. False 9, number 10, on the wing, 8, an out-and-out striker. Nah, mate. Nah, you should be a commentator. No, I'm not good enough to be a commentator, mate. I'll just try and think on my feet. I'll just try and waffle on. Just as the thoughts come into my head. I wouldn't be a good commentator, sir. I don't think so anyway. But big up to you for that. Thank you. Yeah, Kai Havertz. No, he's not the guy for me. And I think Arteta may have finally realised. And listen, do you think... Let me ask a question to the chat. Let me ask you a question. Edu's left the club, right? While Edu was at the club, we never got a deal completed in the... Excuse me. Bit of a runny nose, sorry. We never got a deal completed in January for the summer. Like, got a summer deal already done and dusted, basically. So we know exactly what's going to happen in the summer. Apparently, the transfer fees, there is a release clause, but apparently there's some sort of an agreement about him coming. I think the release clause was around 60 million, but we're getting him for like 50, 51, and letting him stay there for the rest of this season, and we signed and they've agreed to sell him to us for around 50, 51 million. So I mean, that's all right for the future. That spells the end for Thomas Partey. Jorginho's maybe leaving this month, going back to Brazil. Jorginho, but that would definitely mean Partey going. But what does that mean for Declan Rice? What does that mean for Declan Rice in that midfield? Does it mean a double pivot? Does it mean Declan Rice is going to be the 8? You know, the left-sided 8 to be an attacking player? I would play the double pivot with Zubimendi and Declan Rice. It would be Vieira and Petit again. Oh, my God, my nose, sorry. It would be Vieira and Petit again. Vieira and Gilberto Silva all over again. The double pivot. Powerful double pivot. Them two, Declan Rice and Zubimendi. What a double pivot that would be. And then you have an Odegaard. I think we should get rid of Odegaard as well. I know it might cause a bit of a stir, me saying this, but I think Odegaard, he seems to have lost it. He's lost something. He was terrible as well against Newcastle and Man United. Terrible. Not one forward ball I see him play. I see him attempt to have a couple of shots charged down immediately. 2 Feb, big game against Man City. 2nd of February, yeah, massive game. Massive game. But we've got a massive game tomorrow at home to Spurs as well. Now, it might not seem massive game to a lot of people, but to Arsenal and Tottenham fans, the North London derby is a massive game, and it's a game both clubs want to win. Like fans as well, like this, the rivalry, the North London rivalry is there. Odegaard did feed sitters to players that missed too. Yeah, did he? All right, that might have gone unnoticed to me. Then I'm not sure. I wasn't sure that he was the one that passed. Was he the one that played the ball into Havertz when he missed 3 chances? Declan Rice created his own chance. He from a free kick, like a free header that he hit straight at the keeper, and then he had one that he passed that he tried to shoot across the goal, didn't he? And I think the keeper just got a fingertip to it and it went out for a corner the other side. But our corners have been found out. Our set plays have been found out as well. We can't call causing chaos in the box. We was called the set piece kings. That's dried up. All the teams have they've sussed us out with that one, man. They've sussed us out well and truly. How you doing, John Ronan? How you doing, sir? What do you think of this news coming out? Gabriel Jesus out. He's going to be out for a year. ACL injury. What do you think about John? He's an Arsenal fan. Sorry, guys. Moss, what do you think of Zubimendi coming to the club? Zubimendi, not now, though, in the summer. I think it's like looking out for the future. You know, it means that we know now it's got to be nailed on that Partey and Jorginho, because they're in there last year. They've got 6 months left, the pair of them. Jorginho possibly leaving to go back to Brazil this month. Partey will be leaving in the summer. You know, I thought he was going to be leaving last summer to go to Saudi, but he's not. Obviously, he didn't, and he stayed this year. I think he's been brilliant this season, to be fair. Even though sometimes he's had to go right back, I still think he's been brilliant this year. He's been one of our best midfielders. The blueprint's been set how to stop Arsenal. Yeah, what, from them free kicks? Absolute and corners, yeah. Thoughts on Aiden Heaven? I've not heard of him. I'm not sure you're talking about Damon. My Sports World just shows Arteta does extract good players. Zubi, Basque boy like MA. Wonder who technical director will be. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't have a technical director now or sporting director, because Mikel Arteta's got the power at the club, and I don't think he's going to want to relinquish any of that. Oh, a new player you think will rise? Yeah, I've not heard of him, Damon. I've not heard of him, my old mate. Aiden Heaven, a good young centre-back we have. Teams wanting him. Oh, okay. So, he's in our youth team, is he? We've got some good players in that youth team. I mean, Obi Martins, didn't he? He went to United, the striker. M1 come out of there recent years. Miles Lewis Skelly's come out of there. I've heard a couple of names, but I don't really watch the youth team too much. So I don't know where to watch it, because I would like to watch that as it happens, but I don't know where. I suppose you could watch it on the Arsenal website, couldn't you? Maybe you might have to subscribe to that or whatever. I'm not sure, but I'm paying enough money for Sky Sports and all that. I don't want to start paying out more. Zubimendi for next season would be great. Anthony's in the chat. How you doing, me old mate? Now, Zubimendi and Declan Rice, wouldn't that be a brilliant double pivot, Anthony? If he plays it like that. Hopefully he's not thinking of playing Zubimendi at the 6 where he's strongest. Could be as good as Rodri, this player, mate. He's brilliant. Yeah, I know that for a year, Jesus. I know, Anthony. Yeah, that's how I started the video. Zubimendi in the 6 and Rice in the 8. We don't want that. We definitely don't want that. What we do want is Zubimendi and Rice in a double pivot behind the 10. Behind the 10, the double pivot behind the 10. The 10 at the moment would be Odegaard. But going forward, I mean, yeah, Zinchenko to Dortmund, 80 million, yeah, loan to the end of the season with the obligation to buy Alexander Zinchenko going to Dortmund. This is all rumours at the minute, nothing set in stone, but it is being reported. That Zubimendi deal has been reported by Fabrizio himself, the top man in the transfer game. There was David Ornstein, Sky, and I can't think of his name. It's gone right out mid. Rory something. What's his name again? I can't think of his name. Anyway, another all top. I'm not so sure about Sky, but Fabrizio Romano and David Ornstein, you know, they're the top of their game with the transfers. So they normally know what they're talking about, and when they say something, it normally means it's gospel. We're after the striker at PSG, Mawani, isn't it? His name, is it Mawani? The PSG striker, yeah, he's out of favour. Luis Enrique, and I think they've had a fallout, and Luis Enrique sold him that he can leave the club. But, I mean, I don't know. I've not really seen a lot of him, so I can't really say. There was possibilities of us going back in for Benjamin Sesko from, is it Leipzig? Is he at Leipzig? RB Leipzig? I think so. But I think they've just been rebuffed by Jurgen Klopp, who's head of Red Bull now, isn't he? So all the Red Bull teams, Jurgen Klopp, he's the head. He's like the sporting director of all the Red Bull clubs. And he sort of rebuffed it. I think he said he didn't really confirm or deny, basically. So he sort of sat on the fence with that one, I think. But Arteta apparently saying that we're actively looking into the market now. We have to. We're banging trouble with this striking situation. He's not good enough, Everts. Jesus ain't good enough, really. He showed some form in the League Cup against Crystal Palace, didn't he? But then after the game again against Crystal Palace, but it was a league game, he scored another 2 goals. But I mean, he showed a little bit of form there. I think he scored earlier on in the League Cup as well. I can't remember who it was against now, but was it Bolton? Can't remember. But anyway, he is now out for a year. He's out for a year. McManus loves Sesko. He does on his, what they call it? What's that game called again? FIFA game. FIFA 25 or whatever that's called. Yeah, he likes that, doesn't he? He likes Sesko on that game. Yeah, he's a gamer. McManus Gaming, friend of the channel. I wonder if he's going to come in the chat. If you like gaming, if you like FIFA 25, at McManus Gaming, go and have a look at his channel. He's a friend of ours and a friend of Arsenal as well. Right, so I want to see some thoughts on Zubimendi and what striker do you think we're going to get? I ask this every day. Every day I've done one of these streams. I'm asking people, I'm hoping to find different people, different fans, different strikers, because we need to be realistic about it. Realistic means Isak is not coming to Arsenal. Definitely not this month. Probably not in the summer either. Why would he leave Newcastle to come to us? You know, if Newcastle don't make Champions League, then there might be a chance. But if Newcastle do make Champions League, then there's no chance. So maybe if Forest can nick the fourth spot above Newcastle, so you've got Liverpool, Arsenal, City might make a comeback, and then if Forest can nick that fourth spot, which means then Newcastle won't have Champions League, he may be available then in the summer. You never know. You never know, but this month definitely not, because they're challenging for Europe. They're not challenging for a title, I don't think, but they're definitely challenging to get in that top four. Newcastle, and Isaac's going to help them make it. I wonder, does anybody know about his fitness? Is he playing? Is Newcastle playing tomorrow? I need to know. I need to know if Isaac is playing. Isaac, however you pronounce his name. Is he playing? It might be too late now. No, I've got half hour left still. Arteta on over 300 grand a week, 15 million a year. Oh, I see another channel talking about the contract, and they're saying it's not been actually signed yet. He's not sure if he's actually signed it yet. The contract is on the table, waiting for him to sign, but I'm not sure if he signed it. But I think he must have signed that. 15 million a year. That's only behind Pep and probably Simeone. Simeone's on probably about that, isn't he? Pep's on a bit more, I think. Zubimendi, I did read. Zubimendi, I did read we're playing as a number 6 and Declan Rice will be the 8. But I want them both as the 6 in a double pivot. Yeah, the double pivot. This is the 4-2-3-1. Exactly. The two in, like we did with Vieira and Petit. And Vieira and Gilberto Silva under Wenger. Like we done there. Anthony, how good was that? How good was that, mate? That midfield. And then they was behind Bergkamp as the 10, Omri up front. And then you had Pires and Ljungberg on the wings. It was Overmars was on the wing at one stage, wasn't he? It was brilliant. It was brilliant. That was solid. That's what we want to go back to. Having them two. And then you'd have like a box. You'd have like that square defensive. You'd have Gabriel and Saliba, and in front of them, Rice and Zubimendi. No one's breaking that down, mate. No one's getting through that. Not one. That'd be would concede fucking half the goals we've conceded already this season. In the whole of the season next year, if we played like that, I reckon. Breaking news, Lee Arteta in. He's now a flip-flop. Oh, fuck off, Anthony. I'm not Arteta in. I'm just thinking that we're not going to... he's not going to leave. He's not going to leave. I don't think he's going to walk. The fans ain't going to put no pressure on him. Do you know what? They must have seen the negativeness on the reaction of getting knocked out of the FA Cup and all this... going down 2-0 to Newcastle. They've needed to tell the fans something to try and make them feel a bit better about what's going on at the club. They've tried PR, public relations. They've said something. They've threw us a line, like fishing with the hook on it, threw us a line just to say, look, don't panic. We're going to strengthen, be excited again. Zubimendi's coming in the summer, but don't fix this season. What are they saying, they're going to write this season off. If we don't buy a striker this month, we might as well write this season off. You might as well just say, you know what, they're not serious this year. We might as well just fucking write the season off. But I hope not. I don't want to write the season off. I want us to sign a striker, and I want us to try it, even though that we're probably not going to get there. I want to see an effort. I want to see a late shot. Like, remember last season after Dubai, when them players come back, we was all fuming, all going mad. They don't deserve their shit. They don't deserve that fucking trip to Dubai. When they come back, they was reinvigorated, mate, and they absolutely smashed it. And we just missed out by 2 points to City. City fell off the cliff. They're starting to crawl their way back in, though. They're starting to come back a little bit. They've won the last few games. They got a load of goals in their FA Cup game. What was it, about 8 goals? 9 goals? I can't remember the score. 8 or 9-0, wasn't it? And Wrong Red says Damon. Is your name Demon or Damon? Let me say this one. Say yes. Is it Damon? All right. Say yes. Is it Demon? And where you're from as well. Let me know where you're from because that's or is that it's not your real name? That might be just your handle. Yeah, that might be just your handle. I mean, I'm thinking that's Damon. Yeah, Demon. Is that just your handle? It can't be your real name. Is that your real name? Doesn't matter. I mean, you ain't got to answer that question. I don't want to get personal. I was just thinking. I don't want to. Oxford. Are you from Oxford? My brother lives over in Oxford in Tame. Is it Tame? Or there might be Oxfordshire. Tame. Yeah, he lives in Tame. Close to Oxford, isn't it? Yeah, he lives up that way. Headmaster he is in two schools. He runs two schools. My brother, smart ass. No, it's my handle. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I gathered that. So, demon. So you must be a gamer. Must be a demon gamer or something. Yeah. Okay. So come on, put your thoughts in. Put your thoughts in, Anthony. Put your thoughts in. Zubimendi. Zubimendi. What would you give him out of 10 for signing Zubimendi? Oh, he's got to be a 9 for me. It's got to be a 9 out of 10 for Zubimendi. Maybe even a 10. Maybe even a 10. Yeah, you're a gamer. Okay. What do you reckon, Anthony? 10 out of 10? AFC always. 10 out, 9 out of 10? Zubimendi, what do you reckon? Liverpool fans are going to flip. They're going to flip. Hussein, remember Hussein, the content creator, the Liverpool content creator? When Zubimendi changed his mind at the last minute in the summer, when everyone thought he was going to Liverpool, and then he went, "Nah, I'm staying. I'm staying at Sociedad," and they all went mental. All the creators I see, the Liverpool creators that I see, they was going crazy. They was slagging him off. Hope you break your legs. They were saying all sorts of shit to him, being right horrible, to him. So yeah, Gabriel Jesus to have surgery in the coming days. He's out for the year, man. Let me just see if there's anything else happening in the transfer market. Man City are on the verge of signing their third player. They've already signed two defenders. I mean, I'm not sure who they are, but they're signing Mamouche. Apparently, Mamouche. How can they sign players with the troubled hearing? I'm guessing you're from London, bro. Absolutely, born and bred. Born and bred. Londoner, East London. I live in East London, born and bred in East London, but I support a North London team. Madness, isn't it? Madness. Really and truly, I should be a West Ham fan for where I live. But, no, Arsenal, man. Arsenal got my heart. That's us done for the season. Who's going to buy? Well, Gabriel's out he's going to be out, I've said on a few times already, he's out, he's gone. So you write him off, you ain't going to see him again till this time next year. If he does come back, he's probably played his last game because as soon as he's fit, we'll probably sell him. As soon as Jesus is fit, I should imagine he'll be sold, especially now. We're going to go and buy it. We're going to go and get a striker. We're going to get one. Let's be confident. 8 out of 10 for me. Got to let him play first, then I'll change it. Yeah, but all right. I'll get that. I understand what you're saying, but the quality of the player, think about it. The quality of the player, the reputation he's got, the price, 51 million then, 51 million. The buyout clause was 60 because we haven't, I'm guessing there's been an arrangement that if we don't invoke the buyout clause right now, because he's agreed personal terms. Apparently, this is what they're all saying, that Zubimendi's agreed to sign the contract, the personal terms. But the club are saying, we'll give him you cheaper in the summer if you just hang on to the summer. And in fairness, you know, I think that's a good deal because he's not the kind of player that we need now. We've still got Partey. We've still got Jorginho. Jorginho might be leaving, but we've still got Partey. I know we've got a bit of trouble at right back because Julian Timber is also injured. And then Partey moves over to the right back slot. But I think right now, instead of giving him 60 million right now, give him 51 in the summer and have him from next season. And let's just hope we don't get injured or anything like that. Milan to Villa from Dortmund, 20 million. That's a good signing. And striker. Yeah. Yeah, but would you be happy with that? If we sign him, would you be happy? Would it be enough? Not for me, mate. Not for me. Let Villa have him. What are they going to do with Watkins? Villa signed him, then let's go and sign Watkins then. Watkins is an Arsenal fan. Liverpool goal difference is really good, so it might be hard. Yeah. I mean, I think Liverpool are going to win the league this year. I mean, the way they've been playing and the lead they've got, with their game in hand, it'd be 9 points if they win it. So, you know, we've got to hope Forest could give them a little game tonight. I mean, I'm not sure what I prefer. Would I prefer a draw or would I prefer Forest to beat Liverpool? See, that's a question. I'm not advertising Coca-Cola, by the way. That is a question. That is something to think about because we need to claw back points on Liverpool, but we also need to win our game. We need to beat, and we're at home to Spurs tomorrow. A tough game for Arsenal. A lot of you know, in your head. It's a lot of it, the players. It's in their head because it's different. Derby games and rival games are different to normal games. They're different. I mean, the players, the fans, the atmosphere is different. It's all different. It's all like, it's mental in them games. Especially Arsenal, Spurs. It's the games, like, it's just the crowd's like a fifth man. Sorry, a 12th man. What do I say fifth man for? The crowd's like, yeah, but we are at home. But then, you know, if you're not playing very well, they could also switch on you. So there's a lot of pressure. So it's a mentality fuck. It's a mind fuck. I'm telling you, in them games, it's hard. Draw all day long. We have to turn it on tomorrow. Yeah, but I mean, if Forest beat Liverpool, who's more likely to fall off in the running, Liverpool or Forest? Think about it like that, John. Who's more liable? Who's more? You know, I think Forest are more liable to fall off in the running. So if Forest can get them points back against Liverpool, like 3 points back if they can beat them. We beat Spurs, and then next time we play Liverpool, we can beat Liverpool if we can. Then that's the 6 points game back. Then they've only got 3. They're only 3 points, so it is possible. It's possible. I mean, there's still a load of points to play for. There's still like 50 points to play for or something like that. You know, I don't know. What is it? How many games left? 18 games. 18 games left. 18 times 3, 56 points to play for. So they're only 6 points clear. Or say 9 points clear with a game in hand. So anything's possible still. It's not over by a long shot. It's not over. But I mean, if we've got to let them know that we're serious about making a challenge. We're second, right? Let's go and buy a big striker. Maiden scores goals, about 15 goals a season, but he's a creator as well. I like that in a player. Yeah, I like that in a player as well, like a Bergkamp style, like he can score goals and create. But we don't need that really, Anthony, in my opinion. Well, yeah, I suppose you could say that Odegaard's fell off the cliff as well. But we need someone who can finish. How did we get 23 or 24 chances the other night and only got 3 on target? It's fucking ridiculous. How many sitters did Havertz miss? If you've got an Ollie Watkins, if you've got an Isaac, if you've got a Sesko, if you've got a Gyökeres, if you've got an Osherman, if you've got a player like that, with the chances that Havertz has had, especially over the last 3 games, Brighton, Newcastle and Man United, they bury it. They finish their dinner. We win games. We beat Brighton. We at least get 1 goal back against Newcastle. We beat Man United against 10 men. Odegaard he's missed a penalty. He missed the penalty, cost us the game really, because then it's all defensive from United. It's all defensive, hit you on a counter-attack. They nearly did hit us on a counter-attack with Xerxes near the end, didn't they? But they hit you on a counter-attack and hope for the best. If not, we're going penalties. How can we not score a goal against a 10-man Man United, a poor Man United team, I might add, with half hour left to go in that second half and half hour of extra time, we still can't get near them. Still can't get near them. And if you, well, we did get near them because Everts missed a couple of sitters. But if you've got a proper number 9, proper finisher, proper poacher, instead of Havertz, we win that game. We win that game. And we probably would have won other games as well that we drew or lost. We probably wouldn't have lost to Bournemouth. You know, we probably wouldn't have drew against Brighton the first time. The first game when Declan Rice got sent off. We probably would have beat Manchester City. We drew that 2-2 when we had Trossard sent off. When they got that late equaliser. You know, we need to do it. I want to wake up tomorrow morning and find out that we've signed Gyökeres or Nosherman or someone like that. But Bargav, my sources in Spain say all Premier clubs avoid PSR and Yamal is coming. We're all right with PSR, profit and sustainability rules, you mean, Bargav, yeah? We're all right with that. There's reports been out that Arsenal are all right. We're in the clear with that shit. We can afford to make a loss of 164 million this season. So, I mean, we can that's basically telling me that we can go and spend 100 million. You know, 164 million if we want. So we can put in an 80 million bid to invoke the release clause for Gyökeres. Easy. We could do that. And Yamal who? Who's Yamal? Bargav. Yamal. Pardon me. I don't know who he is, Yamal. I can't think who he is. I might look like a complete idiot, innit? Because I don't know who this is. This player, obviously. But I can't think who he is. Who's the striker, Anthony, from PSG? What was his name again? That wasn't Yamal. Bargav, yeah, Yamal ain't coming. Who's Yamal then? Yamal. Is that the player from, sorry. No sighted streaming. What's his name? Mawani. Is it Mawani? Was that his name from PSG? Is it Mawani? Is that how you say it? I'm not sure, you know. I'm not sure. But I mean, I heard about the transfer. Was it in the summer? I suppose he went for about 80 million. I think it was about 80 million. I remember reading something about it popping up on Sky Sports or something. Spurs put in a bid finally. Oh, Spurs are putting a bid for him. So they was saying earlier on that Arsenal could be looking, but Spurs were interested, and also I think it said it might be Man United. Can't be Man City because they're going in for Mamouche. Is it Mamouche, his name? They're going in for him. How are they signing players? They've already signed 2 defenders. How are they signing players? The trouble they're in. Somebody make that make sense to me. They must be confident they're going to get away with this. They've got to be. They're still signing players. You'd think they'd stay away from the market. Yamal, Spain international. Oh, yeah, but I mean, it's not ringing any bells in my head, Anthony. I don't know. I don't know. What, is he good? Was he a striker? Is he a striker for Spain? What clubs does he play for? What clubs does he play for? Because I can't think. I don't know. Well, all right. Well, anyway, listen. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget, stick a like on the video if you ain't. I'm gonna bow out now, and I will do another stream tomorrow after the Tottenham game. It's going to be a match reaction stream. Hopefully, it'll be a happy stream. Hopefully, it's going to be a happy stream. I'm past all that shouting and all of him ranting. I say that. I mean, this is a massive game for Arsenal and Spurs, both of us. But, you know, I'm going to try and keep it calm. I'm going to try and keep it clean. I will give you my thoughts on the game, my match reaction. And You know, you never know. I could get triggered. Someone in the chat could take the piss. I don't know. And I could get triggered. I could start shouting or doing me bollocks. But hopefully not. Hopefully I'll be able to keep my composure and be calm. Jorginho could be getting back to Italy next season on a free. Yeah, I think I've heard he could be going back to Brazil. Who was the team? Big team in Brazil. I can't think who it was. This month, Anthony. This month, he could be leaving the club along with Zinchenko, going to Borussia Dortmund. Isn't it? Borussia Dortmund, I think it was, coming for him. Anyway, I'm going to say goodnight, goodbye, and I'll see you tomorrow for the Arsenal Spurs match reaction. Laters.